Take Fa. That is F-A. Take F-A. It's half of the word family. I mean, well, third of it. A third of the word family. Take Fa. The reason I made up that title that way was random. I didn't figure it would be family until after I thought about it for maybe a year or two. But, or not, maybe not a year or two, but maybe several days or over the course of years. But it's a road trip movie, or a road trip story. Sorry. There's three stories or three separate things, like an anthology. And that's what I specialize in when I think about it. When I think about these things, sort of like an anthology. One story has a mother and her two daughters going to a amusement park hundreds of miles away from home. The mother, she always looks or like something's bothering her, like she's depressed. And then she has her two kids, her two daughters. I think one's 10, one's 6. Yeah. Or one's 8 and one's 6. Something like that, around that age. And they're going there, and they pick up their aunt along the way. And so that's that. And then another one is a man who's a like, what is he, a bounty hunter? Man, it's been a while since I thought about this. He's a bounty hunter, yeah, and who he once worked, with the feds, I think. It's been a while since I thought about this, but yeah, he used to be a cop of some kind, yeah. And he's he actually has a twin brother, and he is tasked to taking his twin brother to the authorities, of course, being a bounty hunter and all. And then, so yeah, they're going in that direction. And then another story is a man who's tasked to transporting his, I think it was his niece. Was it his niece? Yeah, it's his niece. And he's tasked to taking her to her mother. His niece was in a I don't know. I can't remember where I had her coming from, but I don't know if it was a mental hospital or it could be juvenile hall. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he's tasked on a long road trip to take her back to her mother. Was it her mother? I think it was her mother. Yeah. And, well, she has Tourette's syndrome. Of course, at the time, of course, I was young and dumb, and Tourette's, is associated in comedy circles as something where you blurt out bad words, but it turns out it's just like a one of those. Is it a mood swing disease or mood swing condition? Like it's just random jerks. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to say bad words, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, he's tasked to doing that. The thing about these anthologies, though, this particular one is that everyone is related. Let's see, the mother and the two daughters. That's then transporting that great aunt with them. They're going to the same place, and then the aunt is the Tourette syndrome girl's mother, or mother or grandmother. I forgot because I don't. There's something else to this though. But yeah, his niece. Yeah, his niece. Is her mother? Well, I might be getting the relations wrong a little bit, maybe. It's been a while since I thought about this, but yeah. Well, anyway, these three road trips happen in actually non-linear time, so they don't happen at the same time. So they could be years apart for all we know. But yeah, okay. So the mother and the two daughters, and the aunt. I think it's the aunt. Well, whatever the case is, the thing about it is that the two daughters are actually dead, and the mother is depressed and she don't look okay, or you know what I mean, what I said earlier, because she's dealing with the loss, and it's been several years since they died. They were all in a car accident, the mother and the two daughters. The mother survived, the two daughters did not. And the aunt is currently in a dying phase. She's actually alive, but you know, it's the mother and the aunt, and the aunt's, it's confusing. I haven't really figured this out clearly, but yeah, the aunt is, you sort of don't figure it out until later on into that story, but the aunt's trying to snap her out of it, or whatever, and the mother can't. And I mean, eventually the mother does finally cope, deal with it and let go. And there's this moment where she tells the kids to get out of the car in the middle of nowhere, and they do, and then she drives away, and they're in the rearview mirror, something like that. Anyway, as for the twins, the bounty hunter and his brother, truth behind that is that his twin brother, the criminal, is dead because he shot him when he was a cop at Fed, or whatever kind of cop he was. He shot his own brother. Yeah. And so he's coping with that on his drive. And then, he has to let go too. But as for the last story, that has to do with the uncle and the niece driving her to her mother's. Yeah, uncle and niece. Yeah, driving her to her mother's, and her mother is actually the aunt in the car with the woman and her two daughters, and she's actually dead, and they're going to the funeral, something like that. But we're not really told all this stuff in real time. Or is it her mother's deathbed? I don't know. I haven't really thought every single thing clearly about this, but yeah. So yeah, this is called Take Fa. It's actually Take Family. It's Take Fa ... Whatever. I don't know. I know I came up with that title randomly originally. So yeah, and then I figured it out. I was like, oh yeah, something like that. But anyway, all three road trips end up in the final scene, but not at the same times. They all go to see this amusement park is on the way in all directions. One's coming from the west, one's coming from the east, one's coming from wherever. It's something like that, like they're all coming in different directions, and they're all related. All these people are related in some way, or for real. But you don't find that out until the last whatever. Yeah, eventually. But I never really thought of everything clearly. But that's the idea behind this, and that's what I came up with. So yeah, yeah, the last thing, one of the last things, they all end up at this amusement park that's actually closed down for the season or abandoned, whatever. I haven't clearly thought about that, but anyway, that's take 5.